Hi guys, good afternoon. My name is Ariante. If you're watching this video, please like and subscribe to my channel to grow with me. Today's video I wanted to make is called Ego Trip. And from my other videos, I just want to recap. The ego is our need for self-importance. It's the need for I. It's the need for us to separate ourselves in this world. And the ego is good because it grounds us here to this physical plane. It's based all in material, what it is to be important here, what it is to be I. But the only thing that's wrong with the ego is that in life, everything is connected. All living beings are connected by our souls. Like our souls is infinite energy that flows through everything. So our ego separates us, and it is just an illusion. It is an illusion that is here for us to have, for us to experience. And so when we go on an ego trip, it's when our need for self, our sense of self becomes so big, it becomes so centered that we go on what is an ego trip. And that is us just feeding our ego. That is anytime we engage in what we deserve, what we are owed, how important we are, how beautiful we are, anything that has to do with the I. It can even be negative aspects. I'm so ugly, I'm so worthless, I'm so beautiful, I'm so powerful, I deserve this, I am this, I give this, so I deserve this. And the ego is just a huge illusion that we get stuck in regularly. Like every day you have to pay attention to your ego and make sure that it's not too big. You have to discipline your ego every day to make sure that you don't get so big within yourself that you don't see the world around you. And so there's this interview that I reference a lot in my videos because it was just an amazing interview, and it's Will Smith and Jay Shetty, where Will Smith, and this is probably not exactly how he says it, but it's just how I want to say it for this video, but he talks about our need to win. And I think that's all about our ego, our need to win, our need to just be up here, our need to make it, our need to be important, our need for everything that we feel we need in the I. And so he talks about how we can take this flag to the top of the mountain and we can keep beating everyone and getting to the top of this mountain over and over again. But at some point of getting to the top of that mountain, at some time of doing it, we're going to be at the top of the mountain and we're going to look down from the top of the mountain and we're going to realize that everybody is on the ground under us and we are up there alone. Because you get so seated in the idea of who you are and what you're owed and what you deserve, that if your ego trip is big enough, you're going to continue to leave everybody around you and everyone around you and everyone around you, instead of trying to connect, instead of trying to connect with people, instead of trying to understand what value other people bring and not just what value you bring, or instead of trying to connect and see how alike you and people actually are, how much of yourself people are really showing you, because everything here is just to show you to you. It's the biggest ego trip of them all. Everything that you see here is just showing you to you. And typically the things that you like and don't like in other people are characteristics that you may have or you need to work on, but you have aversion to it because there's something big about it that you should probably pay attention to. But instead we just continue to separate ourselves from people because we feel like we're at the top of this mountain. We're at the top of this mountain and we're deserved or we're owed. And so when we continuously go to our ego and go on these ego trips, we'll end up just alone because you're so big in yourself and you think you're so worthy and so important that you don't take time to humble yourself. You don't take time to see what's around you, to look around. Your illusion gets so big that you can't even see around you. And one of the biggest people that we have for that is Kanye West. We talk about Kanye West's ego so much because he has a very big ego. And sometimes it makes it hard for him to see the people around us because he's Kanye West. And he's worked so hard and he deserves this and deserves that. And I always say, I stay away from that word deserve, because what do we really deserve as people? What are we really owed? Everything you're doing is for you and to make you better than you are now so that you can continue to grow and continue to connect and love and grow as a person and as a soul, and in this experience learn all about you and how you separate and where you separate, and it's just an experience to have. And the degree of your ego trip depends on how big your ego is. So if I every day wake up and discipline my ego or pay attention to when I'm just thinking too much about me or when I'm too much in myself or too focused on myself, then if I'm disciplining that, my ego trips will be a lot less big. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to have them, because the ego is still a very real experience. But if I don't see myself, if I don't see my ego, if I don't see how big I think I am, even though we're all very small standing next to the ocean, my ego trips are going to be a lot bigger, and they're going to push a lot more people aside. They're going to make a lot of people feel left out, or alone, or separate. And then, yeah, I'll make it to the top of that mountain, and yeah, I'll feel good, and yeah, I'll get everything I'm owed and everything I've deserved, but I'll be alone. Like, you'll be alone because you spent so much time just trying to win, just trying to be valuable, and prove that you're important, when the only person you had to feel important to was yourself. No one owed it to you. It was all for you to see it for you. We're the only ones that can fill our cups. We're the only ones that can make ourselves feel whole. And then once we get to that place of wholesomeness, we share that wholesomeness with everyone in the most humble way, not in a way that makes people feel less than us, or pushes people away, or sets people aside. And so I wanted to make this video because I have ego trips regularly, and I'm always trying to recenter and focus if I'm too big in myself, or if I'm thinking too big in myself, or if I'm feeling like I'm owed something that I'm not owed because of what I think I am, or what I think I should be to other people when I'm not. Because the only person that owes anything to me is me, and the only person who I should be doing it for is myself. Because if I can continue to grow for myself, if I can continue to love myself and be better for myself, I'll naturally elevate the world, because I'm coming so complete, and I'm filling my cup, and my chakras are aligned, and I bring such a presence to everyone that I've cultivated and created enough space in me that I can give everyone else the space they need, because I served myself first, and I filled my cup first, and I didn't push my need for self-importance onto other people. I didn't require anything for them. I didn't make them give me anything. I don't think I'm owed anything. So this is my video on ego trip. I don't know, could be good, could just be an ego trip of myself and I can't see it, but I hope you guys have a good day, and if you're watching this video, please like and subscribe to my channel to grow with me.